going.
Not going to start the meeting yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm calling the Monday, May 3rd, 2021 regular council meeting to order. Thank you for those of you that are joining us via Zoom. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll ask you to remain standing following the pledge, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'd like a moment of silence for Margaret Peg Durkee, prominent member of our community. She was our postmaster for 21 years in Watertown and very active in our Rotary. Please remember her family and friends in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
And we need the roll call. Is Sue available?
Oops.
Go ahead, Sue.
Mary Ann Rosa,
Here.
Jonathan Ramsey,
Here.
Ken Demers,
Here.
Robert DeCina, Jeffrey Dismaris, Anthony DeBona,
Here, can you hear me?
Yes.
Louis Raza, Robert Ritalik,
Here.
Jill Ryan,
Here.
Okay, we'll move on to public comment. Can you see if anyone is able to connect and wave to us, Lisa?
So far, I don't see anybody.
There's a hand.
Catherine Camara has asked her. She has raised her hand. Ready to allow her to talk?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yes, Catherine.
Catherine Camera, 31 Cottage Place in Oakville. I just wanted to make a suggestion. Well, actually, I have two things. One is a suggestion about the YouTube of putting the videos on YouTube. I'm able to find them, but I just wonder, I think it would be easier if each department had a channel, like the planning and zoning and town council and, police commission, where if you wanted to look at a meeting, you would go to the channel and all your meetings would be there, because otherwise you're just, it's out on, it just would be more organized, but that's just a thought of mine. And also it would be nice if, when the minutes are posted, if the link to the YouTube could be at the top of the minutes, so that if people wanted to actually view the meeting versus read the minutes, it would be right there. I mean, they're just small things that would clean it up a little. Since now there's so many videos after we've been doing this for over a year, it would just make it easier. And on another note, I just wanted to say that I've found that there's less transparency in the past year with COVID and because of the virtual meetings and things that have happened. And I'll tell you what happened. And I'm very angry about this. I sent documents to the chairman of the police commission because I wanted all of the members to see those, because I was going to speak about them. Now, if I had gone in person to a meeting, I would have brought copies for everybody and I would have handed them out. He took it upon himself to say, no, he didn't give them to everybody, assuming that he knew what I was going to say, and he was wrong. So after that meeting, I spent $30 making copies and mailing them to everybody with a cover letter. At the following meeting, I wanted to read into the record the cover letter that I didn't send to Mr. Antonetti because he had already seen the documents and whatnot. And he took a vote among the of whether or not I could read my letter into the record. And I've never seen that before. And I vehemently disagree with something like that ever happening, because this was sent to the commissioners. It was communication. It should be part of a record somewhere. It's not documented anywhere. It's not read into the record. And therefore, it's a high lack of transparency on the part of the police commission. And voting of whether or not a person can read their letter, I've never experienced that. And I've been to a heck of a lot of meetings in the last 6-7 years. So very upset about that. And I feel that it's happening because of the ability to do this virtual, where you can just shut somebody off if, click them off if you don't like what they're saying. And quite frankly, I thought we were going to see more transparency, and it's been much worse. So thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your suggestions. Those certainly are worthwhile to know. Is there anyone else that is waiting that they would like to speak to us?
It says Richard, but I don't know who Richard who. See, oh, he put his hand down.
He put it down?
Yes, it's down.
Is there anyone out there that would like to talk to the council before we close public participation?
Richard put his hand down.
Okay, Richard.
Oh, he's got to unmute himself.
You need to unmute your computer so that we can hear you.
It's sending him a signal to do that. And I don't know if he's doing whatever it is.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can hear you
Yep.
now.
Okay, so once again, my name is Rich Avaletta, and I'm one of the committee members for Save the Indian. And by our ordinance in our town manuscript, it says after 32 days, we should have a answer to our proposal. We've skirted the issue 2 weeks ago, and talking to our town manager, he informed me that we would have something today. And being the 32 days, we should have something to go by on saving the Indian or the procedure, what to take forth after that. So did we make a decision?
We do have that, and I will report on that under the chairman's comments, sir.
Oh, okay. I'd just like to also alliterate that. I'm just taking the case of the case of the Christopher Columbus statue in Waterbury. And everybody in the world wanted to get rid of it, except the people in Waterbury, who chose to take a democratic process and go to a referendum. The people decided, not the kids in school, not the school board, not the town council. The voters of the Watertown and Oakville electors. Please keep that in mind. So be it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else, Lisa?
It doesn't appear.
Not seeing anyone else expressing an interest in addressing the council, we'll close public participation and move on to the minutes. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the regular minutes from April 19th, 2021.
Yeah.
Do we have a second?
Second. Can you move those people? Just one more. Up top. Mute. One more. There you go. Mute. Up one. Up. Mute.
Thank you. I can't see that from this angle, I guess. I don't know.
Do we have a second to approve the minutes?
Second.
Are there any corrections? All those in favor of the regular minutes of April 19th, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All those present voted unanimously.
I'll abstain. I wasn't present for the April 19th. This is Anthony DeBona.
Okay, Anthony, thank you.
I move to approve the special town council meeting minutes for April 21st, 2021.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any comments, corrections? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any abstaining this time? No. All council members voted to approve the minutes of the 21st. Next under the agenda is chair's comments. Our first item is the resignation of Philip Mailer as a member of the Conservation Land Wetland Agency. And a copy of his letter indicating his resignation is attached to the agenda. Also, we've included for council members' information 5 additional emails that were received relative to the budget, and those were received after we had gathered all the emails from the system and went to the hearing, so that we didn't have time to read those into the record. It's too late to read them into the hearing record, but we are attaching them to our minutes. So they are part of the formal process of having voiced their opinion. And the last thing I have under chairman's comments is a letter dated May 3rd today from our town attorney relative to a petition for referendum on the Watertown High School logo. And it says, "Dear Mrs. Rosen, you've asked that I render a legal opinion concerning the petition received by the town council at its meeting on April 19th, 2021. The petition is headed by the following statement. We, the undersigned voters of Watertown Oakville, hereby petition the Watertown Town Council and Watertown election officials to put the following referendum question on the first available ballot of 2021. The question would be, do you support keeping the Watertown Indians name and symbol with Native American imagery as Watertown High School's logo? That wording would appear to constitute a request for an advisory referendum on the issue of the Watertown High School logo. However, I am also informed that the circulators of the petition also consider it to be a request for initiative and referendum pursuant to section 308 and 309 of the Watertown Charter. I note first that the issue of the Watertown High School logo has been the subject of a legal opinion by the attorneys representing the Board of Education dated December 14, 2020, and updated February 8, 2021, which was voted by the Board of Education to be released to the public. I've attached that opinion to this letter for the council's convenience. The two salient points raised by that opinion are: one, that there is no strong evidence that continuing to utilize the prior logo would result in litigation against the town and the Board of Education. And two, that the issue of the logo for the public high school is a matter clearly within the purview of the Board of Education, is not within the jurisdiction of the town council. I've read the opinion in detail and conducted independent research on the issues raised herein, and I am in agreement with the conclusions reached in that opinion. For that reason, I am of the opinion that the issue of keeping or changing the Watertown High School logo is a matter over which the town council should not exercise any authority, either by way of an advisory referendum or under sections 308 and 309 of the charter. In an effort to be complete in the discussion of the issues raised by this position, I offer the following comments. First, on July 8, 2020, I issued an opinion, copy of which is attached, in which I state that the Watertown Town Council, in the absence of some specific authorization provided by state statute, does not have the power to place an advisory or non-binding question on a ballot for an opinion poll of the residents. While that opinion concerns specifically a request for an advisory opinion on the form of government, the result is the same here. Second, to the extent that the petition requests action under section 308 and 309 of the charter, initiative and referendum, the argument fails for two reasons. First and foremost, the town council cannot enact an ordinance or other measure on a matter exclusively within the jurisdiction of the Board of Education. Moreover, even were this an issue that could be dealt with under section 308 and 309, the petition as presented does not comply with the strict requirements of section 310 of the charter. In opinions issued by this office in 209 and 215, which concerned petitions that were determined to be deficient under 310, the requirements are spelled out in detail. For all of the above reasons, I believe the town council should refuse to take any action on the pro-offered petition. We realize this is not an outcome that the signers of the petition wish to have, and we're sorry that we are unable to assist them in their goal to obtain an opinion, but it's legally not within our power. Let's move on to new business, and we have a motion.
I move to enter into executive session to discuss complaints. In attendance will be the town council members present, along with the town attorney, Paul Jessel.
And the town manager.
And the town manager.
No town manager, I'm sorry, no town manager, just the council members and town attorney. Do we have a second to go into executive?
Second.
Okay. Anthony, I'm not sure how, we can't leave the Zoom open because
can
it's
call him.
executive session, but we'll call you on the phone. And you leave an open phone line.
Okay.
Thank you.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is hereby adjourned.